Veteran GOP strategist Steve Schmidt renounced his Republican Party membership on Wednesday and pledged to vote for Democrats in an effort to preserve what is right and decent in the United States. In a series of scathing tweets, Schmidt blasted the GOP as corrupt, indecent and immoral, and fully the party of Trump. It is filled with feckless cowards who disgrace and dishonor the legacies of the party's greatest leaders, tweeted Schmidt, an MSNBC political analyst who has been an outspoken critic of President Donald Trump. Today the GOP has become a danger to our democracy and our values. 29 years and 9 months ago I registered to vote and became a member of the Republican Party, which was founded in 1854 to oppose slavery and stand for the dignity of human life. Today I renounce my membership in the Republican Party. It is fully the party of Trump. Steve Schmidt at Steve Schmidt says, June 20, 2018. It is corrupt, indecent and immoral. With the exception of a few governors like Baker, Hogan and Kasich, it is filled with feckless cowards who disgrace and dishonor the legacies of the party's greatest leaders. This child separation policy is connected to the worst abuses of Steve Schmidt at Steve Schmidt says, June 20, 2018. Humanity in our history. It is connected by the same evil that separated families during slavery and dislocated tribes and broke up Native American families. It is immoral and must be repudiated. Our country is in trouble. Our politics are badly broken. The first step to a Steve Schmidt at Steve Schmidt says, June 20, 2018 season of renewal in our land is the absolute and utter repudiation of Trump and his vile enablers in the 2018 election by electing Democratic majorities. I do not say this as an advocate of a progressive agenda. I say it as someone who retains belief in democracy and decency. Steve Schmidt at Steve Schmidt says, June 20, 2018 on Ronald Reagan's grave are these words. Quote, I know in my heart that man is good. That what is right will always eventually triumph and there is purpose and worth to each and every life. He would be ashamed of McConnell and Ryan and all the rest while this corrupt government, Steve Schmidt at Steve Schmidt says, June 20, 2018 establishes internment camps for babies. Every one of these complicit leaders will carry this shame through history. Their legacies will be ones of well-earned ignominy. They have disgraced their country and brought dishonor to the party of Lincoln. Steve Schmidt at Steve Schmidt says, June 20, 2018 I have spent much of my life working in GOP politics. I have always believed that both parties were two of the most important institutions to the advancement of human freedom and dignity in the history of the world. Today the GOP has become a danger to our democracy and values. Steve Schmidt at Steve Schmidt says, June 20, 2018 this independent voter will be aligned with the only party left in America that stands for what is right and decent and remains fidelitous to our republic, objective truth, the rule of law and our allies. That party is the Democratic Party. Steve Schmidt at Steve Schmidt says, June 20, 2018 Schmidt, who served as an advisor in the George W. Bush White House, strongly condemned the Trump administration's policy of separating families caught illegally crossing the border into the U.S. This child separation policy is connected to the worst abuses of humanity in our history, he tweeted. It is connected by the same evil that separated families during slavery and dislocated tribes and broke up Native American families. It is immoral and must be repudiated. Schmidt, who said in July that Trump had the impulse control of a little child, joins a growing chorus of political pundits and lawmakers to rebuke the administration's practice of separating children from parents facing prosecution for illegally crossing the border. All Americans are rightly horrified by the images we are seeing on the news, children in tears pulled away from their mothers and fathers. Senator Ted Cruz, R. Texas, said, This must stop. Now, related. Thousands of children separated from parents at U.S.-Mexico border over 5-week period. Trump administration holding babies and toddlers in multiple, tender-age, shelters. AP family separation protests planned nationwide on June 30th. Download. Do you have information you want to share with HuffPost? Here's how.